Hello. Welcome on YouTube and on Instagram. Dr. Dion Napier. And today I want to talk about building flexibility in the voice. And today is going to specifically be targeted to my classically trained singers. So if you're a contemporary style singer, you can still pick up some things. These exercises may help you as well because you want to be versatile. But my main audience today is my university trained classical singer. So welcome to you guys who are joining me live. Thank you so much for being here. And for you guys who catch the replay, you guys welcome and thank you as well. So I'm going to jump in. So we're talking about building flexibility in the voice. And so when we're crossing over from classical singing into more contemporary styles, the number one thing that you have to sound more modern and less operatic is pharyngeal resonance. That is that whiny, brassy, twangy, forward kind of sound, okay? Really bright kind of quality in the voice. It is a necessity that you have that, but not just have it, but it's definitely more emphasized in contemporary styles than it is in classical. So one question that comes up often with the pharyngeal resonance or the twang is nasality. Right? Does it sound too nasal? Usually when you're not used to leaning into that twangy quality, it will feel to you like it is just obnoxiously nasal, right? And it can kind of throw you off. The thing is, the way I teach it, when you're learning pharyngeal resonance, I call it like a disruptor kind of sound, especially if you're coming from operatic background. We don't make any kind of we don't make those kind of sounds. We don't form our mouth in any shape like that, right? So I like to call it a disruptor sound. It's very obnoxious. It's very in your face. And it is nasal. It's twangy, okay? The thing is, when you're building up the pharyngeal resonance, learning how to sing there, it is extremely forward, extremely obnoxious, extremely nasal, but that is not the final product. So what you have to do is really buy into the fact and really trust the process and the more forward and nasal you go, you're just trying to access the resonance. But that's not it, okay? Because remember, we have the and, but we also have the that's the chiaroscuro that I'll talk about. So we do balance out that nasality, but singers, don't let that throw you off. Don't let that hold you back from going all in and accessing that pharyngeal resonance. One thing you can also do is listen to Celine Dion singing All Coming Back to Me Now. She is a great example of a singer that knows how to kind of switch off from that nasal twangy to a more normalized sound, and it doesn't sound weird. It doesn't sound bad. Almost everybody loves Celine Dion's voice. So go listen to it and listen for that twangy quality and listen how she goes in and out and see what you feel about it. That may help your mindset. That may help you to relax in it a little bit more and not be so overly concerned or maybe even self-conscious about sounding too nasal. Okay. So that's the first thing that I wanted to mention. The second thing is that the pharyngeal resonance has a purpose, a huge purpose. So this is the way that commercial style singers help to naturally project their voice. Now, I know when we sing commercial music that we do have microphones and that helps the voice to carry, but naturally that kind of pharyngeal quality where that sound is being made louder in the pharyngeal space, that naturally is cutting and it's biting and it's piercing the atmosphere, right? It's making the sound brighter and bigger on its own. So it's not much different than in classical music, except in classical music, the way that we naturally amplify our sound is through an open throat. It's through tall, round vowels. It's through consistent vibrato. And what was my other thing? And it's head voice dominant, okay? Those are the tools that we're using in a classical setup to make our sound naturally louder or to amplify. In a commercial setup, there is less space in the throat. So it's not a wide open throat like classical. It's a smaller pharyngeal space, but usually you're using wider spread vowels and there's less airflow and there's not as much vibrato. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate these things so that you can see it and hear what I'm talking about. But I just want to really slow down today and just kind of break down the key components so you can kind of see side by side the classical sound. And when you're wanting to transition into a more commercial sound, what are the specific things that you want to think about and that you want to shift? Okay, that's my goal today. So the thing is, when you're transitioning classical singers, you have to learn to see and experience your voice in an expanded context. Okay, we're not throwing away the classical training. The classical training is good and is useful. Okay, if you were taught properly, so we're not throwing it away, but we're expanding it out. And what I like to say is that we're really learning how to be vocal gymnasts or vocal athletes. You know, not just specializing in classical only or opera only. We want to expand out beyond that, just like a high performing athlete. You know, they're flexible, they're strong, they have endurance, they're fast, you know, all of these components. And what you'll see is that when you start to train in commercial styles as a classically trained singer, what I often find, what I've experienced and what I've heard other singers say is that your classical voice even improves. And I think the reason that it does improve is because you're using your muscles in different ways. You're building up greater flexibility and versatility in the vocal cords, and it just improves your vocal instrument overall. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in. So sometimes my classical singers will tell me, you know, it's kind of hard to switch back and forth from the classical sound to the commercial sound. Like, say if they, I don't know, had a show the night before and they were doing more legit style, more classical singing, and then the next day they go and want to practice the commercial style stuff, it can be kind of hard to flip back and forth. And that is not uncommon. That's actually normal, right? You're learning a new skill set. You're learning how to use your voice, vocal cord coordinations in different ways. And so it takes time to build that in. So don't be discouraged if it does feel, you know, a little different, a little weird, a little wonky to get back into it. It's just a matter of building up that commercial style approach, just like you built up that classical, and then it will be easier for you to go back and forth. So what I want to give you today are 3 exercises, simple vocal exercises, but my goal is that it's going to help you to have more command over your voice so that you can go back and forth more easily and with more confidence from singing classical style to singing modern style. Okay, so the first exercise is just a simple me, me, ma. And I'm starting, my keyboard ain't on, sorry y'all. I'm starting for me right on B4. So I'm starting in my first bridge, okay? You can start there wherever your first bridge is. And I'm going to do me, me, ma, and I'm going to do it first classical style. So classical style, remember, is open throat, right? Tall, round vowels. It's a warmer sound. There's lots of airflow, right? Vibrato continually, all right? So that's what I'm going to do. Then for the commercial style, it's a closed throat, right? It's less space in the throat. It's not continual air and vibrato. The air is stopped under the vocal cord, so it's less airflow and it's wider vowels. So here, let me just do it. So here's the first one. Commercial. Go up. Now more commercial. See what I'm doing? I'm going back and forth. And you got to get used to making that commercial sound uglier, right? It's not supposed to be beautiful and flowing like the operatic sound. It's a different style. It's a different quality. So get used to that ugly kind of sound. And if you need to scrunch your face up like I'm doing just so you can kind of get in this little bratty zone, go for it. All right, let's go higher. Commercial style. Let's go one more. Commercial style. think y'all got the idea. Okay. So you just work that back and forth. And again, this is building more command over your instrument so you can go back and forth more readily without feeling like the sluggishness and the delay between switching over. Okay. So the next exercise is a nay, nay, nay. I'm going to start that on A3. So this one is going to be nay, 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 nay. And then commercial, nay, 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 nay. Okay, so remember when we're singing classical operatic style, it's more presentational. It's all about the beauty of the voice. When we're singing commercial style, it's more conversational. It's more speech-like. Okay, so you don't need the vibrato. You don't need the held endings. It's just very direct. Nay, 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 nay. As if you were speaking, go up. Now this is our operatic style. Nay, 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 nay. Commercial style. Nay, 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 nay. Classical. Nay, 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 nay. Commercial. Nay, 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 nay. One more. Classical. Nay, 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 nay. Commercial. Nay, 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 nay. Okay, so one thing that you want to be aware of, classical singers, when you're coming back down, especially, you want to focus in the commercial style. Think about bringing some of that chest voice up. Like in classical singing, we bring head voice down and everything. So, nay, 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 right? That's a chest voice note. That's C4. I can sing that nay and not nay, but that's the style. I've noticed that as we're going back and forth and switching over into contemporary styles, we have to train ourselves to not bring that head voice down, but to really flip over and let that chest voice slowly come in when it can come in. Okay, so again, nay, 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 classical, commercial, nay, 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 nay. Notice I did nay, that's a mix, nay, that's a chest, nay, nay, that's chest. Okay, let's do one more. Classical. Nay, 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 nay. Commercial. Nay, 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 nay. Okay, so there's another exercise you can practice going back and forth. The last one is a wee, 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 and it's pretty much kind of the same flow. So this one is going to be wee, 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 wee. Okay, so you're going to come down, descending in a classical style, wee, 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 and then wee, 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 and then switch over into this bratty little kid. Somebody's asking questions. Your videos are very practical. It is great to point out these differences. Okay, it is always difficult to enter back in the chest. Yeah, I understand, Monica, especially if you're classically trained, female singer, soprano especially. We just have to reacquaint ourselves with that chest voice, you know, and a lot of times we need to isolate the chest voice again and just do some chest voice work, just so, again, we can reacquaint. So easy chest voice stuff you can do is yeah, 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 or hey, 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 hey. Just make it really short. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Just simple things like that. And what I like to tell my singers, especially my ladies, if you're more soft-spoken or if you have a little bit of intimidation about using the chest voice, if you were told in classical training you weren't supposed to use it or whatever, I want you to imagine that someone was trying to take something from you that was very valuable. You know, a purse, or if somebody's trying to steal your car, you know, what are you going to say? Hey, 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 right? You're not going to say, hey, excuse me, right? No, that doesn't make sense. You're going to put a little oomph in that sound, right? It's going to be more grounded. And so with that mindset, you do the exercise. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, so whether you are a soprano or an alto. It doesn't matter if your chest voice just seems to be weaker. Those are simple little exercises that I just gave you that can help you beef it up. But the game changer is going to be, you have to imagine there's urgency. Somebody's trying to take something from you, or you're trying to get somebody's attention. Hey, you're trying to catch an Uber or a taxi or something, you know? You have to have that same kind of presence in the voice, all right? Good. So we were doing we. So here we are again. So in a classical style, we, bratty commercial. We, 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 we. Sorry, I played the wrong chord and I got off. Let me try that again. One more. Okay, and that's how you practice that, and just train your voice to go back and forth, because it can do it. Again, singers are athletes, okay? And so we want to be flexible, we want to be strong, we want to have endurance, we want to be able to flip-flop with ease, okay? Okay, there's not another comment. Good. So if any of you guys have any other questions while I take a sip, feel free to drop them. Any questions or comments? And I will let you know that my basics of mix and belt 4-week live training course starts October the 19th. The registration is now open. So it's 4 weeks live with me on a bi-weekly rotation. The first week, we learn in depth about the mixed voice. What is mixed voice? How do you do it? I give you specific exercises to target, to build, to strengthen your mixed voice. We do some review over what your resonators are, just some light vocal pedagogy stuff, pretty much around resonators. The second week, we talk about the applications of mixed voice, and you guys actually come in and sing for me, right? So we want to apply this mixed voice technique into real music that you're singing. Week 3 is all about belting. We clarify, we execute, right? How do we belt? What is it? We hit lies and misconceptions. We do listening examples. It's all about belting. And then week 4, you come in with a contemporary. It can be musical theater piece. It doesn't have to be. I'm changing the rules on that a little bit, but you come in with a more contemporary piece from musical theater or other, and we work on the applications of belt. Okay, so that's my 4-week course. If that sounds like something that you need, if that sounds like something that you want to learn, if you are an advanced level, professional level, classically trained singer, or contemporary style singer, and you just need to get a better handle on this so you can sing these songs that you're writing and hearing in your head. You can sing these songs that people are hiring you to sing, you know, with comfort and with assurance. Like, I know what I'm doing. This is the course for you. This course is not for beginners, but if you are advanced level, if you are a working professional, or if you've been making music, writing songs, doing things like that for a long time, you have a lot of experience performing, then this course is designed for you. So all you have to do is DM me on Instagram. You can DM the word mix, and we can chat and see if this course is a fit for you. I will also put the links in the description once we hop off live. If you would like to go and apply for the course, you can do it that way. Some people like to chat in the DM. Some people just like to go online and self-serve and apply, and I follow up through email. Either way is fine. So I am here to help you guys. I'm glad that you joined me live. So if you have any questions after the live, feel free to drop them. Message me on Instagram, and I will be back soon. Thank you guys so much. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh, I see a question. I do not have any sound above B flat 5. So that would be there. That my roof. That's my roof. Okay, I suppose. It is a pity, as I would have liked from time to time to sing some soprano arias, but not possible. Yeah. So the thing with range extension, Monica, it's about the resonators being aligned. A lot of times people feel a cap on their voice because they're not letting the chords thin out in the bridges. And so they're basically in the wrong room. And I talk about this in week 1 of my course. I talk about the different resonating spaces in the head, right? And so range extension has to do with making sure that whatever note you're singing is resonating in the proper resonator. That usually opens up the range really fast. But then also too, it just depends on what God gave you. You know, we all do have vocal limitations, you know, so you just have to see what is your voice designed for. But I wouldn't count it out though. I wouldn't count it out. You just have to get with the coach. If you want to book something with me, just click the link in the description. I'll be happy to hear you and see if that is indeed your max, or if we just need to align the resonators a little bit so that your voice can naturally just open up and flourish beyond that B flat 5. So either way, I'm glad to help however I can. All right, guys, that's my time. I don't like to keep y'all longer than 15 minutes. So I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.